Day 6 of our cruise was another early morning as we entered the Straits of Magellan on our way to Punta Arenas, Chile. The strait is considered the most important natural passage between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, separating mainland South America to the north and Tierra del Fuego to the south. Another day, another penguin colony on our agenda. Today was Isla de Magdalena, Penguin Island. We hopped off the tender, walked a few feet down the pier, and climbed aboard another boat, and we're on our way within minutes.
At the bottom of the Beagle Channel belongs to the Chilean territory, and all this belongs to the Argentinian territory.
We were given a brief lesson on the island where we would be visiting and issued life jackets, which had to be worn on the deck of the boat. It was only a short ride, and soon we were on Isla Magdalena, where everyone jostled to get their photo with the sign. After another quick orientation, we were on our way. We were told penguins have the right of way, so stand back and let them pass. There were babies at most nests, distinguished by their gray fuzz. They were almost as large as the parents, but hadn't grown their adult waterproof feathers yet, and many of them were just sleeping in their nest. A few of the penguins weren't comfortable with all the people and shied away, but mostly they just didn't pay us any attention. Twins are a common occurrence. You could see some of the babies starting to get their adult feathers. They grow up so fast. There was always someone coming or going from fishing. Where there are penguin eggs and little babies to pick off, there are birds just waiting for the opportunity to snatch one up. Imagine raising your young in this environment. The penguins have little defense. It made you just want to go and chase the birds away. Until you see their young and realize they are just trying to feed their babies, too. We had an hour to walk the path around the island. Some were done in half that time. Others had to be hurried along by the guides. The walk was fairly easy with the slight incline up to the lighthouse, but the views of the wildlife were everywhere. When you reached the top of the incline, just before reaching the lighthouse, in the distance you could see several large colonies of penguins. There was also a nice view back to Punta Arenas, showing just how close the penguins and people lived to each other. The two flags at the top, near the lighthouse, were the national flag of Chile and the flag of the Magdalena region, and from this point was a 5 to 10 minute walk back to the boat, depending on how many penguin babies were being cute. Choir practice was going on, with several different soloists. These twins were almost fully grown and losing their baby fuzz. Back to the beginning, another chance for a sign photo. And a few more chances to get a good penguin photo. The last of our group made their way back to the ship, and we quickly headed back to the pier at Punta Arenas. We arrived back at the pier, walked a few feet to our tender, and very shortly after were again cruising down the Straits of Magellan. I don't even know if I have the words to describe the next few hours. We were on our balcony, soaking in the beauty of the snow-capped mountains and occasional glacier that rose on either side of the strait.
Was that the lazy way to watch the Andes Mountains?
Mm-hmm.
This passage is 350 miles long and passes through the primeval forest that encompasses the islands known as Tierra del Fuego, the Land of Fire. It received that name from Ferdinand Magellan, after whom the strait is named, when he discovered and first traversed these waters in the Spanish expedition of 1520. Prior to this, the strait had been navigated by canoe-faring indigenous peoples. They wore little clothing and used fires to stay warm, and it was these fires Magellan saw when he named it the Land of Fire. For most of the evening, we had a perfect view of Monte Sarmiento. Wikipedia describes it as a pyramidal peak with a glaciated, saddle-shaped summit located within the Albert D. Agostino National Park. The mountain is frequently shrouded in clouds, but when it is visible, it is the most sublime spectacle in Tierra del Fuego, according to the words of Charles Darwin, one of many people who have been captivated by the beauty of this mountain. We were blessed with almost perfect weather this entire cruise, and this view of Mount Sarmiento and this entire portion of the southern Andes Mountains were one of the many highlights on this trip. With this vision still in our minds, we wrapped up another incredible day and look forward to all the amazing sights tomorrow will bring. Stay tuned for Part 5, Ushuaia and the Beagle Channel.